Social distancing with John. So, welcome. So today is Monday. So we're gonna be reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So chapter 1. And after you finish watching this video, there is a link for the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Chapter 1 Quizlet is in the description. So, okay. So that's really, start reading. So I just finished reading this book. It is book 2, but it's book 2, but my teacher says you shouldn't read this as the first book of the Chronicles of Narnia. So it takes place in Narnia. So it's really, and so I'm do schoolwork, so my videos will be uploading around 4:00 ish. Today, I don't know when it's gonna upload. I don't know what time it is. I think it's like 1. It's gonna be like 1 something. That's what I just say. So it's really it. So let's just start reading the book. So next week we'll be doing chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. If it's a short chapter, we might do 2 chapters. So okay. And also in the Quizlet, there's gonna be some basic stuff, like the main characters, and some things, basic things that you would learn about. So this is the map of Narnia. So let's do this. Itch. Chapter 1. Lucy looks into a wardrobe. Once there was 4 children, whose names were Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy. This story is about something that happened to them when they were sent away from London during the war because of air raids. They were sent to the house of an old professor who lived in the heart of the country 10 miles from the nearest railroad station and 2 miles from the nearest post office. He had no wife, and he lived in a very large house with a housekeeper called Mrs. Macready and 3 servants. Their names were Ivy, Margaret, and Betty, but they do not come into the story much. He himself was a very old man with shaggy white hair which grew over most of his face as well as on his head, and they liked him almost at once. But on the first evening when he came out to meet them at the front door, he was so odd looking that Lucy, who was the youngest, was a little afraid of him, and Edmund, who was the next youngest, wanted to laugh and had to keep on pretending he was blowing his nose to hide it. As soon as they said good night to the professor and gone upstairs on their first night, the boys came into the girls' room, and they all talked it over. "We've fallen on our feet and no mistake," said Peter. "This is going to be perfectly splendid. That old chap will let us do anything we like." "I think he's an old dear," said Susan. "Oh, come off it," said Edmund, who was tired and pretending to not be tired, which he always made him bad-tempered. Don't go on talking like that. Like what? Says Susan. And waste time you were in bed, trying to talk to like mother, said Edmund. And who are you to say when I am to go to bed? Go to bed to yourself. Hadn't we all better go to bed? Said Lucy. There's sure to be a row if we are heard talking here. No, there won't, said Peter. I tell you, this is a sort of a house where no one's going to mind what we do. Anyway, they won't hear us. It's about 10 minutes walk from here down to the dining room, and any amount of stairs and passages in between. What's all that noise? Said Lucy suddenly. It was a far larger house that she had never been in before, and the thought of all those long passages and rows of doors leading into empty rooms was beginning to make her feel a little creepy. It's only a bird, silly, said Edmund. It's an owl, said Peter. This is going to be a wonderful place for birds. I shall go to bed. I say, let's go and explore tomorrow. You might find anything in this place like this. Didn't you see those mountains as we came along? In the woods, there might be eagles. There might be stags. There might be hawks. Badgers, said Lucy. Foxes, said Edmund. Rabbits, said Lucy. But when the next one came, there was a steady rain falling, so thick that when you looked out the window you could see neither the mountains nor the woods nor even the stream in the garden. Of course it would be raining, said Edmund. They just finished their breakfast with the professor and were upstairs in the room he had set apart from a long, low room with two windows looking out in one direction and two in the another. Do stop grumbling, Ed, said Susan. 10 to 1 till clear up in an hour or so. And in the meantime, we're pretty well off. There's a wireless and lots of books. So chapter one's actually a pretty long chapter. So we have 5 more pages of chapter 1, and then the video will be over. So I don't know why I make my videos so short, but if comment down below if you like my videos being short or if you like them long, and I may do a longer version of videos. So like maybe if a lot of people commented down below that you like them long, then like maybe starting next week I can also do chapter 2 and then another video chapter 2 and 3 for some people that like longer videos. So comment down below if you like it or not. Not for me, said Peter. I'm going to explore in that house. Everyone agreed to this, and that was how the adventures began. It was some sort of house that you never seemed to come to end of, and it was full of unexpected places. If you watch this video and you did the Quizlet and you're very bored still, there's a link in the description for a video of me reading this book. My dad said it's very funny, so we're gonna do short books in it, like this book. I think it's pretty short. Let's see. Yeah, it's a comic book basically. So If you want me to read that, so I should. So for those people that like me or don't have schoolwork, they need something to do. So that's some more stuff. But that so you don't have to do any of this. I guess your parents are forcing you, or you just like this. So if you like it so far of reading the book, you can watch the video. The link in the description of this video. Just telling you, this video will not be actually uploaded. This video will be the only video to access this video. Okay, so get back onto it. Where are we? The first few doors I tried led only into a spare bedrooms, as everyone had expected that they would. But soon they came into to a very long room full of pictures. In there they found a suit of armor. After that was a room all hung with Korean and a harp in one corner. And then came 3 steps down and 5 steps up, and then a kind of little upstairs hall and a door that led into out onto a balcony, and then a whole series of rooms that led into each other and were lined with books, mostly of them very old books, and some bigger than a Bible in a church. And shortly after that, they looked into a room that was quite empty except for one big wardrobe. So after we read this book, I'm gonna actually also read the first book that I'm actually reading right now in school. So I tried to do an ED puzzle, but for some reason it wouldn't. I couldn't really share it. So we're gonna have to do this instead. I was actually gonna talk about the so what I am for the rest of the week. Every other subject except gym and fun day Saturday. We're gonna do. I'm basically gonna just talk about what you're gonna do, and all the stuff is gonna be in the description, except on Mondays, Saturdays, and Sundays. On Sunday, we're gonna do 3 exercises and a challenge of the day. And every Monday, I'm gonna say in the description there is also there's gonna be a Kahoot or something fun that's gonna be due by Saturday or Friday. I'm gonna be due by Friday, and on Saturday I'm gonna do a video about how you did and good job, and that would be fun day. So so if you only want to do fun day and reading, please watch my reading. If you don't like my reading videos, but you really want to do my fun videos, if you really want to do my fun stuff, just watch this video and just go into the description and click on the link, and then it'll take you all the way there to the Kahoot, and then you can exit the video if you don't like the reading videos. But the reading videos would also might be your favorite, because that's the only way. This will be the only video that you can access to do the Kahoot. Where were we? The sort of that what has a looking glass in the drawer. There was nothing else but in the room all except a dead blue bottle on the windowsill. "Nothing there," said Peter, and they all trooped out again, all except Lucy. She stayed behind because she thought it would be worth a while trying the door of the wardrobe, even though she felt almost sure that it would be locked. to her surprise, it was quite easily to open it, and two mothballs dropped out. Looking into the inside, she saw several coats hanging up, and mostly long foreign coats. There was nothing Lucy liked so much as the smell and feel of fur. She immediately stepped into the wardrobe and got in among the coats and rubbed her face against them, leaving the door open, of course, because she knew that it would be very foolish to shut oneself into a wardrobe. Soon she went further in and found that there was a second row of quotes hanging behind the first one. It was almost quite dark in there, and she kept her arms stretched out in the front of her so she won't bump her face into the back of the wardrobe. She took a step further and then 2 or 3 steps, always expecting to find the woodwork against the tips of her fingers, but she could not feel it. So, this must be a simply enormous wardrobe, thought Lucy, going still further in and pushing the soft folds of the coats aside and making room for her. Then she noticed there was something crunching under her feet. I wondered, is that more mothballs? And she thought, stopping down to feel it with her hand. Instead, it was hard, smooth, but instead of feeling the hard, smooth wood of the floor of the wardrobe, she felt something soft and powdery and extremely cold. So, right now I'm on page 8. If you do have this book, you could read along if you want to. But on page 7, there's this picture. So okay. So let's keep on going. Forgot to show you that. So the next moment, this is very queer, she said, and went on a step or 2 further. Next moment, she found out that was what was rubbing against her face and her hands was no longer soft fur, but something hard and rough and even prickly. Why, it was just like the branches of trees, exclaimed Lucy, and then she saw that there was a light ahead of her, not a few inches away. The back of the wardrobe ought to have been a long way off. Something cold and soft was falling on her. A moment later, she found that she was standing in the middle of a wood at nighttime with snow under her feet and snowflakes falling through the air. Lucy felt a little frightened, and she felt very inquisitive and excited as well. She looked back over her shoulder, and there, between the dark tree trunks, she could still see the open door of the wardrobe, and even catch a glimpse of the empty room from which she had set out. So this is a picture of on page 9. So wait, is this thing recording still? Okay, good. Good. So I don't want it. What if it stops recording? You know, I'm recording this on my phone. I should use a camera. Maybe tomorrow. It's smelling. Tomorrow I'll try to use a camera. I'll charge one now. I do have better cameras than my phone. I don't like my phone. For some reason, I can't flip this, so I don't see what you're seeing. So every time before each video I film, I do a like practice. So if it's like in the right position, so you can see me, cause it's on my phone. You're literally on this rollaway cooler. I'll show you. So, this is what you are on. Literally, you're on. And you know, this is my guest bedroom. So yeah, this is the set. Easy, simple. Some toys. Yeah, it's literally my bedroom. I mean, no, it's not my bed. My bedroom's upstairs, but this is the guest room. There's a restroom and a closet right there, printer and stuff. Let's put you back down. Okay. Okay, let's back to reading. We're almost done with chapter 1. You know, this set is actually not very comfortable. I like the set, but it's not comfortable. But I want to actually put another pillow right here. So, I actually might do that, so. I have itches in my throat. Of course, left the door open, for she knew that it is a very silly thing to shut oneself into a wardrobe. It seemed to be still daylight there. I can always get back if anything goes wrong, thought Lucy. Oh my goodness, my eye. Let's keep on going. She began to walk forward, crunch, crunch, over the snow and through the wood toward the other light. In about 10 minutes, she had reached it and found it was a lamppost. And as she stood looking at it, wondering why there was a lamppost in the middle of a wood, and wondering what to do next, she heard a pitter-patter of feet going toward her. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna have to drink water after this. And soon after this, that a very strange person stepped out from among the trees into the light of the lamppost. He was only a little taller than Lucy herself, and he carried over his head an umbrella white with snow. So I'm on page 10. And so if you're reading along, and the last page. From the waist upward, he was like a man, but his legs were shaped like a goat's. The hair on him was glossy black, and instead of feet, he had goat's hoofs. He also had a tail, but Lucy did not notice that at first was neatly caught up over the arm and held in the umbrella so as to keep it from trailing in the snow. He had a red woolen muffler around his neck, and his skin was rather reddish too. Oh my goodness, man. That was it. He had a strange but pleasant little face with a short pointed beard and curly hair, and out of the hair there was stuck 2 horns, one on each side of his forehead. One of his hands, as I have said, held the umbrella. In the other arm he carried several brown paper parcels. What with the parcels in the snow? It looked just as if he had been going his Christmas shopping. He was a fawn, and when he saw Lucy, he gave such a start of surprise that he dropped all his parcels. Goodness gracious me! Exclaimed the fawn. So C.S. Lewis is the author of the book, and the reason he actually wrote this book first, because he had the idea of the fawn first, but then he went back and read, and then he went back and made the first book, the magician's nephew, and so actually the cover is actually the fawn. So that's the fawn. And but then he said so basically made it was like maybe he made the movie and then he made the trailer. He forgot to make the trailer because not really like the trailer. I don't know, but he had the idea of the fawn first, so he wrote this book first, but then he made the first book, so that's why my teacher says you should read this book first. It's actually something, so if you read the series in order, you would actually know that there's some things in here that if you wouldn't know in this book because you have to read the book one. So he knew what he's going to put in book one, writing book two. So that's it. Hope you liked reading chapter 1. And if you like the Quizlet, if you like the Quizlet, good. Hope you like the Quizlet. Very easy. So if you like the video, if you do want to watch this video, the link is in the description. Also the Quizlet. But if you do want to play the Kahoot this week for the Saturday, please go back and watch the trailer. The preview and the preview. No wait, what is it? What? It's either on the trailer or preview of Charles This is Sing with John. It will say that. It'll say it. So you'll have the. It won't. For some reason, I thought it was a link, but it isn't really a link. So but it has the PIN number. You just go to www.kahootit.com and put in the PIN number that says in the description. So hope you had fun reading this book, and come back. If you want to learn, if you want to do spelling, it's next week. Bye.